The spotlighting technique is a great way to highlight a small portion of any stamped image by bringing it forward in full color, while the rest of the image remains subtly in the background. Let me show you the tools and products you're going to need to do this technique. First, you're going to need some ink pads and a way to color an image. In this case, I'm using Memento ink pads and Copic markers. You're also going to need a sponge dauber, and then you're going to need some sort of dies or handheld punches so that you can punch out portions of the image and also the image itself. Okay, to begin, what I've done here is I have stamped an image on some of the Gina K Designs Pure Luxury ivory cardstock, and then I've cut it out with a Nestability's circle die. So my next step is, instead of just leaving it plain like this, which you can, but I'd like to accent it just a little bit, I'm going to take a little bit of Memento ink in Desert Sand and a sponge dauber, and then I'm just going to highlight right around the outside rim. This is going to just make the image pop off of my card project. Okay, and now that I've highlighted just the outside rim of the image, then I'm going to take a darker ink. I'm going to use Memento Rich Cocoa and just tap a little bit of that ink on that dauber, and I'm just going to highlight my pumpkins a little bit with that Rich Cocoa ink. So I'm not really coloring those pumpkins in, I'm just giving them a little bit of color. And then I'm going to pop that out of the die, and you can see how everywhere that I sponged it left a nice ivory ring around the outside, which really kind of highlights the whole center. Now the next step is I'm going to stamp the same exact image on another piece of ivory cardstock, which I've done right here, you can see, and I've already pre-colored it with my Copic markers. And now I'm going to choose one of the images that I'd want to highlight, and in this case I'm going to highlight this small pumpkin. So my next step would be to either punch or die cut that small pumpkin. And I've already done that for you here using a Nestability small circle die. So I'm just going to pop that out, and you can see that that is highlighted. Now I want to make sure that the rim of this circle really stands out. So again, I'm going to go back to my Rich Cocoa ink, get some onto my sponge dauber, and I'm going to highlight the rim of that circle. And now that that is all highlighted, I'm going to attach it to my main focal image. And the way I'm going to do that is just to take a little bit of tape, put it on the back of that, and now I want to line that up perfectly so that the lines in my original drawing match up with the lines in my colored piece. Let's see here. There we go. And now you can see that the highlighted pumpkin is the focal image, but it blends perfectly with the rest of the pumpkins in the background. Let me show you my finished project. In my finished project, I've accented the entire image with a couple more circle layers, and then I've added my greeting. And when you first take a look at this card, your eye is immediately drawn to the bright, colorful pumpkin and the greeting, and the rest of the picture sits subtly in the background. Try spotlighting using intricate scenery stamps, highlight a few words in a greeting, or feature a single flower in a bouquet.